So I came across this post on Reddit and kind of resonated with me. It has to do with how Netflix has become a lot more annoying over the time. It used to be much better, at least from a browsing and exploring perspective. And let's see how much of this we can actually replicate in Netflix, and how much of it resonates with you guys. So the basic question is, why doesn't Netflix have a decent way to browse content? Seems like we're stuck with 50 to 100 titles shown to us on home screen. Why can't I browse their thousands of titles that they do have outside of a search bar? Why do I have to know the show name to find it? Yeah, that makes sense. Let's see. Also, why can't I permanently hide the shit I have zero interest in? Yeah, that's a big problem. Like the new shows they have done, they keep showing up in the front, and that I think that has little to do with the the algorithm they have, where they show you more stuff based on your interest or previous likes. I think if it's a new Netflix special, you're gonna see it in any case. As long as we're bitching, why can't I stop the Netflix app from blaring trailers at me when I'm just trying to quietly browse and read synopsis? That is so true. When you open Netflix and you're there for even for a few seconds, it'll start autoplaying, and even worse, it'll autoplay with audio. That is so annoying. Like this. Let's see what happens here. If I scroll down, or let's say I'm just browsing, let's see if it'll start playing now. Because previously, when I was here, it started to play the Cat Williams promo on its own, and maybe it knows now that it has played it once. Now look. So I was here for maybe 3 seconds, and it is playing full volume Cat Williams promo. Yeah, that's like that's something that used to happen on Flash websites way back. As soon as you hit the home page, it'll start loading some horrible audio. Yeah, that's not something we want. I think we collectively decided that's not something anybody wants. Alright, let's see what else we got here. So another big problem is how to remove things that you have watched already, or if you have multiple people using your Netflix account and you don't have multiple profiles, your suggested list kind of becomes a mishmash. So it seems like you can't do the removal on mobile, but you can do it on the website. Turns out in your account setting, I'm just gonna go there, account settings, viewing activity, viewing activity, okay, account, viewing activity, and then I can remove from here, it seems like. Yeah, okay. It's not too complicated, it seems. Black blah 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 will be removed from viewing activity on devices within 24 hours. Remove series. Okay. I mean, it's not that complicated as they're making it sound here. But it's for sure you can only do it on mobile. And you cannot do it on mobile, you can only do it on the website. And most of the people nowadays use it on the app. So SMP501 says they went full Apple and they pushed updates to old smart TV that really cannot handle it. That's true. I have a friend who has an old smart TV, and the Netflix app on that is just shitty. It's so clunky. The browsing experience is just horrible. Let's see. I looked high and low for any store shop that sold TVs that were not smart TVs. I mean, you can use dedicated streaming devices, but then you have to get another remote to handle. It'd be so much better if you can just use one remote for multiple functions. That's the idea, right? Okay. Not only is it distracting when it autoplays the trailers, but it can also act as a major spoiler. If I'm reading the synopsis of a show that had already had 5 seasons, seeing their characters in a preview of season 5 can act as a major spoiler. That is so true. I think it happened when I was watching Homeland, and they were showing trailers for the latest season, and I was on season 1, so I already knew which characters are not gonna die, so that's not helpful. Why do they not separate stand-up comedy from comedy TV shows? They used to have something like categories, which it doesn't look like they have anymore. Now they have gone from TV shows, movies, original. Those are the 3 main categories. And then genres here. I don't know what this guy's talking about then. Stand-up comedy right here. Maybe this doesn't show up when they are watching it on TV on the smart app. That's another thing, like the experience across different apps. It's not very consistent. Type a single letter into search function and be amazed at the titles you never knew were on Netflix. Let's try that. It's kind of like an autocomplete application here. Let's see. So that's a neat trick. You can just go A, B, C, try to see what comes up. I certainly see shows here that in movies that don't show up ever on my list, and I would sometime watch that, like Rick and Morty. I've never watched that, but I've heard people talk about it, so, and it doesn't show up ever on my list. And your interest always seems to be Netflix original, something I talked about at the start of the video. If only there was a scale of 1 to 5 stars, you could rate things to set your level of interest. I don't know why they got rid of that. There's no, I mean, they must have their own logical reasoning for it, but I cannot think of the thumbs up and thumbs down being such a binary option being better than a 5-star system where you can basically use a weighted scale to show you can like some things more than the other, but the current system is either you go thumbs up or thumbs down. That's not, in my opinion, very let's see, if I think I can only rate once I watch it, right? Now, thumbs up or thumbs down, that's the only 2 options. Those are the only 2 options. Somebody found Netflix original Dino Trucks from DreamWorks. Then when you get really bored, go through the combination of AA, AB, AC, so on till you get all the way to ZZ. Most of the time I just fall asleep searching for a show, though. That happens to me a lot. Like sometimes I turn on Netflix and maybe I'm having a snack or having lunch or dinner and trying to watch something, and the amount of time it takes to find something that is watchable and that I've not watched before, it's pretty much I'm pretty much done with food by then, before I can find something watchable. And in a lot of cases, I'd say 50% I just watch something that I previously watched just to kind of get it over with. because they want to control the content you see and direct you to certain shows that is Netflix created, which makes sense. They put a lot of money in that stuff, so they would want to promote that. I get that, but still they gotta find a better way of doing it. Maybe like a running column for the Netflix originals on the site. If somebody wants to watch it, they'll watch it. It seems like a Redditor created a website, CineSift, that is, they say, the best way to browse movies, including ratings from all major sites. Search and compare Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon Prime. I've not watched Hulu in a while, so can't say that if that has gotten better or worse. But let's try out this site, CineSift. Peter Nankompoop says, my wife and I were just talking about this 2 days ago. I see some titles repeated displayed in like 5 different categories. They do that to kind of stuff their numbers. Let's see what's going on with CineSift. So I only care about Netflix, and let's see, films that were made 2008, 2016, and then genre, let's say thriller. Okay, and then search, right? Oh, so it shows everywhere it's available. I think this is way better. This is more like the search PC on any modern website. I hate I have no options to delete shows that I watched 10 seconds ago. 10 seconds and found out it was a total turkey. Stop showing me shit I just watched for like 5 seconds. Give me a delete button. I mean, for sure, the going to account, viewing activities can be brought to the forefront. I mean, they have a like and dislike button. They can also have a remove from watch list button right there. Somebody says Netflix is a complete joke, somehow still better than Amazon and Hulu. Amazon, for whatever reason, is so slow to load, at least here in Melbourne. Every time I try to open it, it takes considerable amount of time just for the app to open up. I would say twice the time it takes with Netflix, and then even browsing and loading, super slow. My biggest gripe, I use a Vizio Roku TV. When I open the Netflix app, I have to continue watching a popular tab. Then categories upon categories, but my own FN list is 50 categories down. I don't think that's an issue for the web page version of Netflix. Continue watching shows up right there. As you can see, I've been watching Batman, Legos. Don't really know who's watching what because so many people use this account. Can't you just scroll the other way since, well, you know, it goes in a loop? That's true. If you're using it, on TV and you find that the thing that you have, your own list is at the end, just go up. Don't go all the way down. This guy says my risk of stroke just went down thanks to you all. First, you need to visit the Netflix website where each genre has its own URL. This goes netflix.com, browse genre, then the number. Then simply alter the digits at the end of the URL to uncover various hidden gems, hidden genres. That's true. The stash.com has a link here. Let's find out. Stash.com. Even Netflix. Secret codes. So basically you go to the URL and go and open up netflix.com, browse genre or whatever, the number that shows here, and then there's so many codes that they showed here for whatever reason. It's just not showing up here. Huh. Or the image doesn't show up here for whatever reason. Let's see. Netflix secret code search. There's another website. I think this is better. Like courtroom dramas, you can go by that. Oh, it opens right to that genre. This is so much better. Netflix codes.me. They have so many more categories, like movies from age 0 to 2. And what you can do is you can search here, find the movie that you want, and then basically go to TV and watch it there. Okay. Is it done? Let's see. Yeah, that's the whole list here. We know in the comments if you guys have found some more quirks or some more annoying Netflix UI issues. I would like to hear from you guys in the comments. Thank you.